Development Safety Update Report. Welcome to this presentation on the Development Safety Update Report, DSUR. The DSUR is a vital document in clinical trial safety reporting, providing a comprehensive annual review of pertinent safety information collected during the reporting period related to a drug under investigation. It ensures that the safety profile of an investigational drug is continuously monitored and evaluated, highlighting any significant new information or changes in the product's safety profile. Disclaimer. Before we delve into the details, please note the disclaimer. The content presented here is copyrighted by Next PV Services SRO and reflects the views of the creator. While our team leverages AI to enhance our operations, the accuracy, relevancy, and integrity of the information presented remain the responsibility of our human experts. This ensures we deliver high-quality, timely, and informative content. Keep this in mind as we proceed through the presentation. Today's presentation will cover several key areas. We'll start with terminology related to DSURs, followed by an overview of the phases of clinical trials. We'll then define the scope of DSURs and discuss key notes and main objectives. We will also cover the planning, frequency, and submission of DSURs, detail the content required, and discuss authoring and quality review processes. Finally, we'll provide the legal background supporting DSURs to give you a comprehensive understanding of their importance and requirements. Terminology. Understanding. The terminology is crucial for navigating DSURs. The Development International Birth Date, DIBD, marks the first authorization to conduct an interventional clinical trial in any country. The data lock point, DLP, is typically 12 months after the DIBD, although it can be aligned with the Marketing International Birth Date, IBD. The International Conference on Harmonization, ICH, sets guidelines for pharmaceuticals for human use, involving regulators and industry representatives from the EU, Japan, and the USA. Key terms like adverse event, AE, serious adverse event, SAE, suspected unexpected. Serious adverse reaction, SUSAR, and serious adverse reaction, SAR, are fundamental in understanding clinical trial safety data. Phases of clinical trials. Clinical trials are conducted in phases, each with specific objectives. Phase 1 trials focus on human pharmacology and safety. Phase 2 evaluates therapeutic efficacy. Phase 3 verifies the therapeutic value and further assesses safety. After registration, Phase 4, or post-approval studies, often include non-interventional studies, like post-authorization safety studies, PAS. If clinical trials continue after marketing authorization, MA, both DSURs and PSURs are required separately to cover ongoing safety evaluations. Each phase contributes to the overall understanding of a drug's safety and efficacy. Definition and scope. According to ICH E2F, a DSUR is a comprehensive annual review of pertinent safety information collected during the reporting period related to a drug under investigation. The scope includes findings from interventional clinical trials of drugs and biologicals under investigation, whether or not they have marketing approval. Safety information from ongoing clinical trials, other studies, Phase 1-4, and therapeutic use of an investigational drug, such as compassionate use, is included. Significant findings from observational or epidemiological studies, non-clinical studies, and literature are also relevant, ensuring a thorough safety evaluation. Keynotes and main objectives. A single DSUR is written at the substance level, covering all indications, dosage forms, strengths, and patient populations. It includes only significant new information and serious adverse drug reactions, introducing important identified and potential risks. The DSUR is required as long as clinical trials are performed. Its main objectives are to present the product's safety profile based on previous knowledge and changes during the reporting interval, describe the status of the clinical development program, highlight new issues that may impact clinical trials or the development program, and summarize the current understanding and management of safety concerns. This concise information assures regulators that sponsors adequately monitor and evaluate the investigational drug's safety profile. Planning, frequency, and submission. Planning the DSUR is based on the DIBD, ongoing clinical trials, and ad hoc client requests, with synchronization to the SUR where applicable. The DSUR is compiled annually from the DIBD, with the DLP being the last day of the 1-year reporting period. For clinical trials ongoing less than 1 year, no DSUR is required. Submission of the DSUR must occur no later than 60 calendar days after the DLP. According to the Clinical Trial Directive, sponsors must submit the DSUR annually to all concerned regulatory authorities and ethics committees. Under the clinical trial regulation, submission is done through a designated database. Content. The content of the DSUR includes a title page, executive summary, and table of contents, followed by specific sections. The introduction provides an overview, and the worldwide marketing approval status lists the regulatory status in different regions. Actions taken for safety reasons during the reporting period are detailed, along with changes to reference safety information. An inventory of ongoing and completed clinical trials during the reporting period is included, as well as cumulative subject exposure in the development program and patient exposure from marketing experience. Data inline listings and summary tabulations of serious adverse reactions and events are presented. Content. Further sections cover significant findings from clinical trials, including completed and ongoing trials, long-term follow-up, and other therapeutic uses of the investigational drug. New safety data related to combination therapies, safety findings from non-interventional studies, other clinical trial safety information, and safety findings from marketing experience are also included. Non-clinical data, literature, and other DSURs are reviewed, and any lack of efficacy is noted. Region-specific information, late-breaking information, and an overall safety assessment, including evaluation of risks and benefit-risk considerations, are summarized. The report concludes with a summary of important risks and overall conclusions, supported by appendices. Authoring. When authoring a DSUR, reference safety information is crucial. For non-marketed products, the investigational brochure, IB, is used, while the summary of product characteristics, SMPC, is referenced for marketed products. Although the EMA does not provide a specific template, ICH E2F offers detailed guidance. All sections must be populated, and if no information is available, this should be explicitly stated. This ensures comprehensive coverage of all relevant safety information, providing a clear and thorough overview of the investigational drug's safety profile. Quality review. The DSUR must undergo a quality review by someone other than the author to ensure objectivity. The reviewer focuses on verifying that all legally required information is included, checking the consistency of presented data, conducting an overall scientific evaluation to ensure the accuracy of safety information interpretation, and identifying any typos, spelling errors, or formatting issues. Report approval is typically defined by the sponsor and can be done by the EU QPPV or another designated person. This rigorous review process ensures the DSUR meets all regulatory and quality standards before submission. Legal background. The legal framework for DSURs is grounded in ICH E2F guidelines, which provide comprehensive guidance on the structure and content of DSURs. Relevant regulatory documents include Directive 2001/20/EC, known as the Clinical Trials Directive, and Regulation EU No. 536/2014, the Clinical Trials Regulation. Additional guidance can be found in documents such as CT3 and the Questions and Answers document for regulation, EU 536/2014. These regulations and guidelines ensure that DSURs are conducted and submitted in compliance with international standards, maintaining the integrity and safety of clinical trials. Thank you for your attention. As we conclude this presentation, I want to thank you for your attention and participation. The DSUR is a critical component of clinical trial safety reporting, ensuring that the safety profile of investigational drugs is continuously monitored and evaluated. Should you have any further questions or require additional information, please do not hesitate to contact NextPV. We are committed to not just fulfilling tasks, but to supporting and taking care of our clients with the highest standards of professionalism and expertise.